What is going on YouTube? We're in Fairmont, Minnesota.
It's Friday. Only been a couple days since we did the last report, and oh boy, has much changed, as we kind of figured as to why we'd give another report before the weekend.
Correct.
Lots and lots of things have changed. That wind did not do us any favors. Didn't get a lot of rain, I don't think. I mean, it didn't rain on me yesterday, and so not a lot of rain, but just the wind and the warmer temps. Thankfully, the sun didn't come out, or we might be getting the boats out for the weekend.
Yeah.
So shorelines are definitely separating. They are a lot further apart than what they were when we did the video on Wednesday. I mean, we're standing right here in Gumsred Park, and I think you can see the water or the ice chunks floating behind us as we're standing in the water. You can still get on. I mean, it's not like you can't access it. It's just definitely a lot harder and a little water to go through, so you better have your high boots on if you're going to come out here, because the ice, once you get onto that ice, it's okay so far. I mean, it's definitely varies and a lot different, and you got to be pay attention, but you know, it's still fishable, but it ain't for everybody.
That is for sure. And depending on the sun tomorrow, because you know, my good old weather says it's supposed to be mostly sunny tomorrow, high of only like 34, which isn't bad, but a lot of this ice is in transition now from, you still have to watch out for the white spots, but the darker the ice could possibly be the worst ice also.
And when you're walking, I mean, there's spots when you get weight on it, I mean, the water's pushing up as you're walking, and that's definitely not a good sign as to what's going on down there. But you know, out there you can see that ice, and it, like I said, the top 2 to 3 inches isn't bad. It stayed firm. We're gonna get some lows, but I don't know what those lows are gonna do with as much open water. It's gonna take a lot more than 26 degrees to firm these shorelines back up. You know, we need a couple days of -5 or whatever, because the water temps have gone up as well. You know, the water temp's pushing 40 degrees right now, which is also kicking our butt. So we're hanging in there, hanging by a thread. We don't want to start it off with negative vibes. We're just going to show you guys what we see. We're going to walk out there. We can get out there. It's not that you can't get on. It's just your feet are going to be a little wet, and you're not going to want to take a ton of gear with you again, because it's going to be a lot of walking and, you know, being careful coming on and off. I would say your mornings are the best bet, because when you get into the afternoon, things change. Early morning, everything kind of hardens up and it's good, but you just got to be mindful because things are changing throughout the day. I think the wind's going to die down. I don't think they're calling for more over 10-mile-an-hour winds. So
I hope so. It's windy right now. I'm not a fan of it.
No, and that was kind of what happened throughout Thursday, as it gusted to 45 mile an hour, and then it was supposed to let, you know, after the rain went through, it was supposed to die down, and well, it didn't. So it kind of, you know, that wind really beat up the ice on all the lakes, and you know, just tough. But this is what we got. We're going to show you guys what we got, and we don't want to deter you. We're not going to say you can't fish, but you're going to want to really treat it as late ice. I mean, you got to treat it as late March ice, and just be very careful on what you're doing out here.
Absolutely.
No ice is safe ice, like we say, and this ice, well, I don't want him to have to put the duck sound in right now, but
yeah. Let's keep the quacks out of it.
We'll keep the quacks out of the video right now, but so we're going to show you here. We'll walk out, we'll get on there and go out there and drill a hole and kind of show you what's out there. This is the park, the water treatment plant. We're not there yet. We'll get there and show you what's going on there. Obviously that has the easiest access, and the ice out there wasn't bad from what we saw and what I seen yesterday, but this here isn't fun. This isn't fun at all.
Playing in the water in February.
It's early February. But there is spots where you won't have to use as much, and maybe these will hold on, maybe they won't. Problem is with the rocks and, well, the rock throwers, as we ran into this afternoon. I'm a little winded, because if I sound like I'm a little winded, I just probably picked up 20-25 rocks that got chucked onto the ice, and that didn't help our case any. That made a bunch of holes out there, unfortunately, and just not a good thing. I know the kids are probably having fun, but they got to realize that, you know, wait till this ice is gone and chuck all the rocks in the open water you want. But ice fishing wise, we don't want to be doing that.
Yeah, and you guys will see it in the drone video. I was messing with the drone while he was throwing rocks.
But you'll see kind of, you know, the water coming up where we're walking.
Yeah.
Got all these little holes from things that have been on the ice, whether it be a leaf or a rock that heated up, fell through. There's a spot over here that I can see on the white ice where there's water standing. You got to really watch that. You know, there's probably...
We're sinking.
We're sinking, yep, drop down.
We're sinking.
But there's a crack out here. You know, there's cracks in the ice in some spots, and they have separated. So you really got to watch out for that stuff. Definitely be on your toes when you're walking, but when you get out on this stuff, it's not terrible. You know, I'm surprised at how well it's held on through what it's been through. And if we had some, you know, 10-degree temps or, you know, 20-degree high and 5-degree lows, I'd be feeling a little more positive, but we're not seeing that in the next 10-day. And like I said, it's going to change like we change our underwear. So we just got to be along for the ride and hang in there as long as we can. But
I don't know if you can
see the rock down there
or not. Well, there's a rock down there, plus there's a little bit of water coming up where that rock's at. So all these little low dimples,
you know,
a lot of them you got to pay attention to.
That spot there, obviously you see anything like that, and even on this good ice out here, or, well, if you want to call it that, but this ice out here, you know, that stuff there, you got to watch that, because obviously there's probably a hole or a crack, and that water's been pushing up, and that wind just keeps eating it away at that top layer and keeps pushing more water up, putting stress on it. You know, if you walk into that, you might go through. So just, you got to watch that. There isn't many spots like that. You know, out here looking onto the lake, it's looking pretty good. Out here, getting out here, everything looks pretty good, but you know, there's still water pockets. This morning when we were out, things were freezing back, but now things kind of got warm this afternoon, and unfortunately have on-thawed a little bit of those pockets. Now we'll see in the morning. I think it's supposed to be 26 tonight. We'll see what that does. I don't feel like that's going to be enough to really change a whole lot. It'll help early morning if you get out here. You know, come out, make sure the sun's up. Don't come out here in the dark. I would not. Yeah. I would not recommend fishing before it's light out, or leaving before, you know, you leave before it's dark, because things are going to change while you're out here, and cracks could open up, things like that, and you just got to pay attention.
The other thing, if you are going to venture out, have ice cleats on for sure.
Yeah, ice cleats are a must.
Slick.
Somebody forgot his this morning, but I had to buy a pair, but thankfully Justin took care of me. Gotta love having the bait shop in town like that, so you can get a hold of things you need. If you're in a pinch or you forget something, you can go in there and get what you need. Got plenty of bait in there too. Also all the pilkies you can find in there. Well, maybe not all the pilkies, he's getting low, but. So you can kind of see how hard the wind hit this. You can see the divots, and you'll see those spots where the water's sitting. That's kind of where you're seeing when you're walking. You walk out and it's okay. You walk back, you know, in the middle of the afternoon, you're going to watch water come up as you're walking, and that kind of gets you on edge, because you know that ice is floating and moving. So it's not a good thing. So it's not like what you want to see this time in the season. Yeah. So, but I mean, when we drill out here.
The other thing too, like, watch as he drills. If you notice, the top 3 inches drilled pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, like nice, kind of firm ice. And then you could hear it kind of getting sloppy and slushy, and it cut quicker.
Yep.
That's where your honeycombings happen underneath, because the water temp is definitely warming up from the shorelines opening up.
And this is looking to be about 8 roughly that we're standing on right now, and it's been less than what we had the last time we measured it, so it's changing, you know, and we're standing on 8, but we're probably only standing on 4 inches of good ice to walk on, and that's kind of what we're saying about it changing day to day. And just pay attention when you're out here, and don't get comfortable out here. I'm not saying you can't come out, because there's still fish to be caught and things like that, but you're going to have to really bring all your safety gear. You can see I got my float jacket on, my float suit, I've got my picks and everything with me just in case things go south, because you just never know. You never know. You got to treat this like it's late March and be very, very careful and mindful, and have a path that you take out, have a path that you come back. All those great things that we talk about being safe on the ice. You treat it early ice, well, this isn't as strong as the early ice. We're getting late, and we're gonna cross our fingers again that something just randomly changes and everything hardens back up. But it'll be interesting in the next few days and see what happens for next week, because unfortunately there's some 45s and 41s, and I don't know how much more it could take. I really don't. I just don't. It's done a good job. It's done a great job for what it's been through, but I just don't know how much longer it can hold on through all this.
Yeah.
We're being realist here. We're not going to mislead you. You know, we're being totally honest with you. We want people to go fishing. We want to tell you that everything's good, but you know, we just can't do that. We have to be honest and let you know. I mean, you know, you might find 11.5 inches ice, or you might find, you know, 14 inches ice, but you go 50 feet another spot and it's 6, as I found out this morning when we were out there. I mean, I drilled and I had 8 inches. I found some fish, went over there, drilled a hole, and the auger just, and then I had a very interesting look on my face. So that's the kind of thing that you have to watch out for. You just, when somebody tells you that, oh, I'm on 11 inches ice, that's great, but the whole entire body of water is not that way. It hasn't been that way all season, as you've done following us and watching us. It's varied all year, and it still does. And right now it's getting scarier because now, you know, if you find that 4 inches ice or 3 inches ice, it may not be strong enough to hold you up. And that's the reality and scary part about what's going on right now. So you have to be careful if you're out here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, this is the south end of Bud, where the boat ramp is. And we'll probably go over to Hall.
We're gonna show you Hall, but
make sure you watch
yeah,
for Hall.
Hall, we're gonna show you Hall.
You'll see it soon enough. Soon enough.
I need a life jacket. So.
All right, catch you in a couple seconds. Here we are at Hall.
I don't know how long of a plank you got, but I don't even know if it'll be long enough to get you to ice that's worth walking on this side. I don't know what it's like out there. You know, when we measured, we had 7, you know, on Wednesday, but I'm sure things are changing. You can see this stuff here. I would guess that stuff's probably maybe 3 to 4 at most.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
I don't think that this is going to be a destination for anybody to go, but like I said, we're just here to show you what we're seeing. You want to see it, so here you got it. And
it narrows up a little bit there, but that ice is junk.
And then the channel
crumbles when you try to step on it.
The channel is open. I mean, the whole channel's open, so there's no, I mean, we thought maybe you might be able to walk out on the rocks there and get on, but I don't even think that ice would be, I just don't think so. But we're just showing you what we got here. So if you if you want to try it, that's up to you. We don't recommend it at all, but that's, you know, we're just showing you what we're seeing. And
I mean, unless you know somebody on Hall Lake, you might be able to access from their property or something.
You definitely could find spots to access it, but you got to know somebody that lives on the lake.
The South Beach, yeah, she's a no-go.
Yeah, this is definitely not good. Changed a bunch. You know, when we walked on, there's a little rock over there, and we stepped on Wednesday right there and got out here just fine, but it pulled away, you know, 10-15 feet, if not more already, all the way across. And that's the flow of the tile and the moving water. And then water temp's getting up. You know, I don't know, maybe these yellow bass will get up close to here and you might be able to catch them from shore pretty soon. You know, maybe there's positive vibes.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get the bobber out and cast the minnow out here. They might come up here. You just never know. It's definitely warmer water, so that's a positive thought. You know, if it keeps pulling back, it's going to take more than 26 degrees to get this stuff to harden back up.
That's for sure.
We don't have to worry about the rock throwers on this side either. They can just skip the rocks instead of throw them on the ice. So.
Yeah. Well.
All right, we're gonna
water
treatment plant, and then we are gonna
cross our fingers. That's better.
We're gonna check out Sisseton too as well to see what's going on there. We didn't show that in the last video, so maybe just maybe that ice is better and guys can get out on that lake and fish, because we want people to come fishing, but
absolutely
we just don't want to send the wrong vibe and have people drive long ways to find out what we're seeing here. So
yes, for sure. All right, catch you in a couple. We're over by the water treatment plant.
We got out here and it wasn't near as hairy as the rest of them, so that was good to see. I mean, a little bit of open water.
Had to step over probably 1.5 feet of water.
It wasn't bad, so some more positive vibes. That's good. That's good. I mean, it's not terrible out here. The ice is still, you know, some of these open holes when we were walking out, the ice is still sagging a bit and pushing water up as you're walking. So, but it is not terrible. You know, I think it's fishable. You know, it's definitely something to keep in mind, a spot you can get to, and it's not a far walk kind of deal. Parking will be an issue on the weekend though, is the only thing, is there isn't many spots to park up there.
No, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 spots it looks like.
Yeah, so you might want to get here early if you're going to come out here so you have a spot to park, or make sure and get all your buddies and just take one vehicle and limited gear, so that way you can get out here.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, there is on the north end, that bird park. There is a one-way street there, but that doesn't have a lot of parking, but you can access there.
Yep.
I don't know what that looks like, but it shouldn't. I mean, I would think it'd be okay, but just check it out if you want to look at it. I don't think we're going to get over there.
Right.
We're going to head to Sisseton after this and look at that. So,
yep.
But no, this is...
I mean, along the shore over here, where you come on the lake, there's a couple spots along shore there, and come on right there. There's a couple spots over here, and then that culvert over there, and then out farther there's another section that is actually open also. So this area over here south of the parking, I would definitely be careful.
Yep.
And watch out for.
Yep, I would be definitely careful over there. Well, careful everywhere. I mean, that's what we keep saying. Make sure you have your float suit. Don't come out here without one. Don't be that guy. I mean, that's going to be your lifeline if something goes wrong, or you're the one that finds the ice that's not quite as strong as the rest. I mean, you can't stress that enough. It's very important. You know, have your spikes, have all, you know, your ice cleats, have everything. Bring a spud bar along. All those good things. So if you see something you don't like, you can hit it and check it and make sure that it's safe.
Yep.
You know, because drilling and walking around, you know, you get kind of, you're seeing fish, chasing fish, and you're drilling holes, and you're kind of excited about that, and then you kind of lapse a little bit, and you could find a spot that isn't quite as good as the rest. And you know, that's why you want to be careful. And like I said, it's not pushing a ton of water up as we're standing here, but like that hole down there that we're by, that's a really old hole. You can see the water moving, and that wasn't there until we started standing here. So that's kind of what we're talking about. You know, about the strength of this ice is it's not as it's not near as good as it once was, unfortunately. And you know, I know it's going to cool down a bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough to really change. I mean, it's going to make things froze when you come out, but throughout the day things are going to change, and you have to watch that and keep that in mind when you're out here. You know, early in the morning, maybe fish till noon, 1 o'clock, and then go eat at the Channel Inn. Go to one of the places in town, have a good burger, something like that. Go to the pizza places, do something like that, have a good dinner, take all your fish home with you, kind of deal.
Because that, if it does get warmer tomorrow afternoon and that sun comes out, it's going to make things really slick, and it won't take long to take that nice, you know, 2-3 inch crust of good ice on top. It's not going to take it long to soften back up.
And that's kind of what we're watching, because we know, you know, the sun hasn't been out, thankfully, the last 3 days much, which has helped us a lot.
Yeah.
We like to see it, but we don't want to see it much here lately. We'd like to.
No. I want colder temperatures before we see the sun again.
We need the temps to drop, and I don't see a major drop until about after Valentine's Day. Yeah, we're talking about that already. But hey, maybe you'll have time to spend time with the wife or girlfriend this Valentine's Day and wait till the ice hardens up again to get out again.
You'll have to come up with a different excuse than ice fishing, I guess, this year.
I mean, if there's some random fishing gear that shows up instead of a diamond ring or something, you know, it'll be all right. That's one thing about it, is you can't be fishing. You know, there's a lot of bait shops and places around that are having a tough time just because of the season the way it's been, and they got some really good deals on tackle and things like that. So, you know, make sure and check that out and support all your local bait shops, because
it's been a tough year for every bait shop all over.
So just support them. I know if you don't come out and fish, go in there and get some tackle for next season, or hey, start thinking
geared up for spring. You know, a lot of these ice fishing tackle that you can't find in the spring work amazing in the spring and fall.
Yeah, we're using Pilkeys all year round.
Go in and buy them up.
We're using Pilkeys all year round. I don't ever stop using them. I use them all the time.
Pilkeys are the Northland Tackle Coffin Spoon.
Yeah, the Coffin Spoon is awesome.
I love that.
But yeah,
absolutely love it.
Just definitely keep those guys in mind, and don't forget about that, and keep supporting them through this, so we still have them in the spring, and then come next winter, hopefully we get this crap figured out and we have a normal season.
Yeah. Well, enough chattering. Let's drill a hole here and show them what it's like. Probably about the best ice
I think so.
we've seen.
Yeah, this is pretty good ice. I think
that drilled
very nice, and then
better.
This is a lot thicker than what we've seen. You know, we've been seeing 7 and 6 in some other spots, and I'm believing this is better than what we've had. So that's a good 8.5 is what we got there to the top of the ice. So that's probably the best we've seen lately, and you know, that's, you know, we had 12 to 14 to start, and so we're down to that so far. So it's dwindling away, unfortunately. But I said this spot here, and we're in the deep cut again, so we're in 20 foot of water here where we're standing. So I'm sure the ice around here should be better of most of these spots, and there is fish here. So I mean,
oh yeah, I mean, there's people out here fishing right now.
Yep. A few groups, and we've seen a few groups go out on bud this morning a little bit, but so it's fishable, but once again, safety is your #1 concern when you're out here. Be safe, and you know, if you want to come out this weekend, this may be your best option. So
absolutely. Well,
I guess we better
Sisseton?
go check Sisseton out. Maybe we're gonna see have even better news over there because Ward Park is better parking. There's more room there.
There's more room.
It's a long walk from Ward Park back to here. So hopefully,
Oh, God.
maybe bring your side-by-side just so you can drive from the parking lot to here.
Parking lot.
So you have more room. Or your four-wheeler. You know, don't bring it on the ice. Don't do that. But
yeah, no.
But if you you can park and then haul your
Road
gear
travel.
over here. Yeah, road travel. So.
All right, we'll catch you in a couple minutes.
Yeah, I'm moving.
Is he gonna make it?
I'm moving. I'm floating out to the. I can ride this to the good ice, maybe. That's not good. I don't really have to worry about picking this rock up. I don't think.
Yeah.
That's separated all the way.
Well, there you went. Now you did it.
That's exactly what you're not wanting to do. So you're gonna need a plank if you want to get out here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what? The suit's nice because I ain't getting wet right now. It's pretty good. No, that's like I said. I was trying to get to this rock, but I don't think it really matters. Other than for your boat props.
Yeah. Tires.
Tires, things like that. No, that's separated all the way across. Unfortunately. I don't know how the other park is. You can get in that way, but it's not very easy access off the wall there, getting a sled down there. And then from the road by the channel there, I'm gonna guess that channel might be open already.
Yeah.
We could probably drive by that on the way out and see what we see there, but yeah, this isn't what I wanted to see here. This stinks.
Nope.
This stinks.
Definitely.
Once again, quack, as I say, because this is definitely some quacking ice out here right now, unfortunately.
Yep. Yep. That's for sure.
I mean, very creative ways as to how you could get out here. I'm not saying you can't get there.
Oh, I'm sure you could plank it.
You could plank it, or buy some lumber from the local lumber yard, and 2x6, whatever the heck, and get out there. But if it keeps getting further out, you might have to swim back to get here. It's ankle over my ankles here, almost. I mean, it's plenty deep right here.
Yeah, that it is.
You'd have to get a pair of waders to get out there to get to the good ice.
Yep.
Or somehow float your sled that far with you in it without tipping over, and then get in there. I mean, there's ways.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Not ideal.
Whether or not it's worth doing.
That's your call.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, one positive is that the ice, by the water treatment plant is the access there is pretty good yet.
Yep.
That could change by the minute, by the hour, obviously, because you've seen how much this has changed from Wednesday to Friday.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're talking not many hours and what that wind did, and the wind has definitely been moving the ice around. That's kind of the scary part is the ice is more floating than anything right now, which is...
Yeah, there's different cracks, like out in the middle of Hall. There's a crack that opened up the other day out there. And
separated.
It's not a real wide crack, but it has separated different chunks of ice and definitely moves around.
Well, I could have jigged in it. I might have been able to get a yellow bass through it if I tried. But,
yeah. No, I mean it's nothing like a Red Lake or something like that. It's not a 3, 4, 5 foot crack. It's probably 6 inches.
Let's just say I went across it and I about had to change my underwear just because of what it did, and then I jumped back to the other side quick.
Might still have to change. I get in a scent once in a while in this wind.
Well, at least we can have a few smiles on our face, because it's not the end of the world, and like we said, safety is the most important thing, and we just don't want anybody going out there making a mistake and doing something to where they get into a bad situation.
Yeah.
We have to be real with what we see, and that's what we're all about, is giving you guys to look at it and then let you guys decide from there.
Definitely.
If you want to make the trip up here for the weekend, there is places you can get on and ice you can fish. I'm not going to argue that one, but you're going to want to have some experience on the ice and know what's going on, and just be careful.
Absolutely. So recap, Bud Lake over by the water treatment plant is the best place to get on fishable ice right now.
You can get on at the park, but that's that's a little sketch there. You can still go on a gum thread and walk, and you can get to that other side on northwest side there if you need to. I'm assuming it's not a good thing, but the ice over there has been good. good reports from that and the consistency over there. But once again, you have to check for yourselves and see.
Yeah.
Look for any kind of water. If you see any water, don't go anywhere near it, because it's probably a hole or something had burned through, and you know, or an old hole that opened up, things like that. Some of those 10-inch holes have gotten pretty big right now. And I seen one that I probably could have fit both feet in if I wasn't careful and not looking for it. So we're trying to be as positive as we can.
Yeah.
We're trying. We're trying, and maybe something crazy will happen and everything will firm back up and we might be able to fish. But right now it's a little tough. We never know. The forecast changes. Like I'm gonna have to change my underwear later and things like that. But
Yeah.
changes every day, and
we'll keep you updated as much as we can. If it does cool down and you know we get good, nice, safe, fishable ice again for some reason, which I'm hoping towards, we will definitely
like
let
I said,
you know.
after Valentine's Day, I've seen some things that look good, but that's a little far out.
Yep. It'll change 10, 15 times
There's
before we get
supposed to be a cold front coming, but I guess when you go from 58 degrees to 36, I guess that's considered cold, but not what we need.
Right.
And then we need those lows to drop further. We need teens. We need some single digits. We need a couple nights of single digits to really help firm the edges back up and get it to where we can at least get back to walking again.
Yeah.
I think the wheelhouse season is very short.
Yeah.
I just don't see that happening for the rest of the season, but there's fish. We need to get to these fish. We need to start catching them. So hopefully, if anything else, hopefully this ice breaks up and gets the heck out of here and we get the boats out.
Yep. We'll go right into spring.
I mean, it is what it is. We still do that. We guide that way too. No problem getting in the boats and getting out and getting on some fish.
Absolutely. So, thank you guys as always for watching. We definitely appreciate it. Our subscriber number is climbing.
Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate it. We're getting those watch hours. You're getting us close to getting monetized. When that happens, we'll be able to do more of this stuff a lot and get you guys more content, more reports. We can travel more, go to different places, things like that. So we really, really appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching these videos.
Absolutely. So smash that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, turn your notification bell on, like our stuff.
Give us some comments.
Let us know what you want to see. If there's anything, you know, that tickles your fancy.
Yeah, give us some comments. We're talking about doing some live videos, talking about fishing, and you know, kind of going over some yellow bass stuff a little bit, as I know some people have been struggling and things like that, and just kind of showing you what we're doing and why we're able to pull up these big numbers of fish with our clients on a on a trip basis. So
yeah, definitely.
Comment below and let us know if you want to see stuff like that. So
absolutely. All right, till the next one. Tight lines.
Thanks a lot.